Tuesday, prior to the State of the State, we were able to go to the Richland County Juvenile Court and take a tour of the facility, talk to some of the youth in detention. But what was most impressive was the judge and his staff and their commitment to their kids and the community there, that it was very holistic, and the things that they did were to wrap around services and embrace the needs of the kids in the community. It was a fabulous opportunity to see something working in real time, and it was a pleasure to spend a day with them.
Well, I want to thank all of you for being here from the Ohio Department of Youth Services. This is my 25th year as a juvenile court judge. The most important lesson that we've learned over these years comes down to one relatively simple phrase, and it is this: nothing is more powerfully rehabilitative than giving a child practical hope for a better tomorrow. And the way in which we implement that is to remind all of our staff that we will treat the kids who come into our court in the same way in which we would want our own kids treated. And to keep focused, we have 3 core mechanisms for doing it. Do our work with skill, do it with heart, do it with conscience. And it's a great privilege to serve, and it's our joy to see kids do well when we care for them properly.
We had the luxury of being able to see 2 young men on parole who were brought to us by their parole officer, Ms. D. Pendleperry, and it was amazing to see how the growth of these 2 young men, their optimistic view on the plans for the future. They both were pretty directive about what they wanted to do, where they wanted to go, how to get there, and they were both extremely complimentary of their parole officer and the efforts that she puts forth to make them succeed. So hands off to everyone there, to all their efforts. It was really good to see, and we often don't get to see the kids as they return into the community, so this was actually very special for all of us. To end out our day prior to the State of the State, we were able to go to Erie County and see a program called TEMP, in which the school, the community, the court worked very closely together to coordinate efforts for youth who were having struggles going to school with poor attendance, and the cooperation between those groups in looking at the child, looking at the family, providing services, having the ability to experience one youth graduating from the program who went from having 72 absences to showing up for school every day. It was amazing to see the true partnership between these agencies. Doesn't happen that often, and in this small area of the state, they really show that it can be done. It could be a model for other courts to look at in other communities, because the change in the kids, the sense that they were able to smile, that they addressed both their physical, mental needs, some personal needs, and the family embraced it, and the enthusiasm of the staff was just remarkable. So kudos to them, and thank them for sharing their day with us. And to wrap up the day, we were able to attend the State of the State address from the governor. One of the things that really resonated from that is that helping people who are disadvantaged, people who are struggling, uplifting people, making it holistic, making sure that people really understood that we cared, that we wanted people to succeed, that we wanted Ohio to be prosperous. And one of the things in the programs we looked at during the course of the day really were reflective of that in the governor's speech, and it was very motivating to see, and it brought us all back to work, reinvigorated to jump in, do good work, and do great things for the community and the kids that we serve.